I'm sure you must have heard me mention monochrome a lot of times, either in my YouTube videos or in my articles. Oftentimes, people tend to link monochrome with white and black only. In fact, I used to be part of the bandwagon that hashtags pictures on Instagram, hashtag monochrome. It's not totally wrong, but it's not limited to black and white pictures or interiors only. It's so easy to create and design a monochromatic space, but yet so hard. But hey, fear not. I'm going to be simplifying it today, right here and now. Hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chika, your interior designer and the creative director of Unicorn Interior. As always, I'm here with great tips to help you manage and beautify your own space. A monochromatic scheme is a selection of a single hue and then using the tint and shade of the same color in the same space to create a beautiful design. The combined result must, however, be smooth and easy on the eye, even for harsh and solid colors. If you have never designed a monochrome space before, or you did before and you want to do it better, this video is for you. Monochrome is said to be the easiest and simplest way to go when you have a hard time selecting colors. But it's also tough selecting the best tones to match your monochrome style. So, how do we create a monochromatic design without you making a mess of your space? Color selection is a very important aspect that you must think through, because if it goes wrong, you won't be able to change it at the snap of your finger or raise your magical wand like Harry Potter and just change it. If you get it wrong, it will cost you time and money to fix it. So don't think about color selection too much, because one way or the other, there are colors we love, colors we are drawn to, colors we just want to have around us. So whether your color is blue, pink, or red, whatever it is, the lightest shade can be used on the wall to define and structure the space for other shades and tints to be layered upon. The importance of texture cannot be overemphasized in a monochrome space. Texture is the surface quality of a material. This is an element of interior design that makes a space visually appealing. Just like colors, textures can also define how a room feels. The softness or the hardness of the space is determined by textures. In designing a monochrome space, because there's no variety of colors, the texture is the only significant thing that differentiates surfaces. And it's the different textures that spices up your monochrome space. The aim is to create visual interest even if every item in the space is the same color. Texture can either be visual or tactile. This is the best time to have like a 3D panel wall, a wooden panel wall treatment, a matte sofa fabric, a 4-area rug, and so on. These things make your monochrome space more tasteful and gives it some depth. Otherwise, without texture, your space will be really bland. You also need to add a contrasting tone. When designing a monochromatic space, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same shade of color all through the design, especially if it's your first shot at it. You can add a little contrasting color or item. For example, instead of going for a nice plain 4 rug, go for something that has blue and a splash of other easygoing colors. The contrast makes things pop and liven up your space. Although this is a rule that goes against the strict monochrome design, but hey, nothing is cast in stone as long as it comes out popping. Also need to play with shapes. This is also a form of contrast. If you're designing with cold colors or neutral colors, you definitely need to add some exceptional items to make the space a little bit unique. Sometimes it's harder to design and make an impression with cold colors like gray and the likes. This is where the sharp corners, the circles, the pentagon-looking center tables all begin to matter. And lastly, you need to start small. If you're creating a monochrome space for the first time, you need to start small, take a small space and see how it works. So start with your small bathroom or the kitchen, and when you have gotten comfortable designing your small spaces and you have an 80% success rate, you can then move on to design your living room before you think of designing for a friend or for a client. Always work with the colors you love. It doesn't matter what color it is, pink, red, blue, green, purple, burgundy, whatever it is the intensity that matters. You may need to tone down the intensity to make it look beautiful. The intensity can totally change the ambience of the space. Just as we talked about in color psychology, the tint and the shade of a color almost means different things and represents different emotions. A color wheel should be your best friend. It will help you in selecting the best shades and tints for your monochromatic space. Okay guys, that's all I have for you on designing monochrome spaces. If you like this video, give me a big thumb up. Like, share, and comment on this video. I like to see your comments. I like to read your questions. Just drop it down there and I will respond to each and every one of them. Please don't forget to subscribe. It's just that red button somewhere down there. Alright, until then, see you guys.